Want to run faster, jump higher, move with more power? The Sports Recovery and Development Program at Bridges Therapy Group builds speed, strength, agility, and endurance while correcting movement issues that can cause injury. Give your athlete the edge. Schedule an assessment today at srdathlete.com.
Love where you live and play with Lindsay Management. Affordable apartments and golf memberships at 9 and 18-hole courses. Buying or selling? Trust Lindsay and Associates. Serving the community for over 50 years. Lindsay, #1 in apartments, golf, and real estate.
In the 7A West, we've got a pretty tough road, ahead of us. So this would be, a big one for us for sure.
Springdale head coach Brett Hobbs joins me to preview the crosstown matchup with Har-Ber on Friday, and Bentonville Volleyball continuing to heat up on the court as the postseason is right around the corner. It is Thursday, October 9th, and this is Varsity Vibe Today. Welcome into Varsity Vibe Today on this Thursday. I'm your host, Alyssa Orange. Thank you so much for joining us, and let's get right to it. Our Lewis Automotive opening drive. The fall kickoff event is happening now at the Lewis Automotive Group. Unbeatable prices and special financing. Your next vehicle is ready for you now at one of their 3 locations: Fayetteville, Springdale, and Farmington. The 6A State Golf Tournament wrapping up on Wednesday, and the Rogers boys team taking the team title. Congratulations to them, shooting +12. Cabot, Fayetteville, Little Rock Catholic, and Bentonville all in the top 5. And as for the individual performances, it was Rogers senior Styles Hunter who claimed the title individually. He shot 140 over the 3 rounds, an impressive 3 under in that final round. So again, congratulations to him. Cabot's Mike and Ashmore finished second. Little Rock Catholic's Reese Johnson finished third. And those 3, they're going to join the top 3 who were from the girls 6A tournament for the overall tournament on the 16th. That is at Pleasant Valley. To football now, and you love crosstown rivalries. They're always so much fun. We started the season with Northside, Southside, and how exciting that game was with Southside victorious in that one. But now Springdale Har-Ber on Friday night. This is the 20th meeting between these 2 teams, and Har-Ber has a 16-3 advantage in the rivalry overall. But if you remember last year, Springdale won that game to cap off that 6-0 start to the 2024 season. They won that game 49-21. This season, both of these teams, 2-3 on the year, 1-1 in conference play. So someone is going to move to 2-1 in conference play when it is all said and done. This one at Springdale, and it's going to be an exciting matchup between these 2 teams. I've seen Har-Ber in person. I haven't seen Springdale in person, but they're very physical. So I'm excited to see what happens. Springdale head coach Brett Hobbs joining me to talk about how big this crosstown rivalry is. A big Friday night for you always is when it's the crosstown rival in Har-Ber. So how excited are your guys to kind of go back out there and continue on with conference play?
Yeah, they're really excited. We try to treat every game the same, and we always tell our team, the most important game of the season is the next one. And, obviously this is the most important game, not because it's just Har-Ber, but because it's the next one on the schedule. But I'd be lying to say if our kids, didn't have this one circled and, have a little bit more at stake with this week.
Yeah, it's really hard to not just think about the bragging rights that you can have with this game. But, again, you talk about taking it one game at a time. So what is really the specific message in saying don't make this game bigger than it is?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just make sure that we focus on ourselves, control the things that we can control, make sure our preparation is good for the week, and make sure that we're doing everything to get ourselves ready to go for Friday. In rivalry games, anything can happen, and there's going to be high emotions and everything. But we just tell them, hey, just play one play at a time. And, it's going to be exciting, especially early on the game, but just kind of ride that wave and the game will kind of settle in on its own. So we just got to make sure, keep our composure and, just play within ourselves.
When I talked to you before the season started, you really emphasized toughness, physicality. How do you feel like these first 5 games of the season have really gone for you guys as you continue to grow?
Yeah. obviously we wish our record was a little bit better. 2-3 right now, 1-1 in conference. I do feel like that we are playing physical. We are playing hard and tough. We played some good teams, especially with Bentonville West last week. I was really impressed with their team, their improvement, and they've got some really dynamic and explosive players that we really couldn't match their speed. But I thought our players played hard. One thing that we're continuing to do is run the football, and that comes with toughness and those type things. So that's kind of our MO, is to run the football. We've just got to clean up a few things, not beat ourselves, and when we do get put into tough situations, not to panic. And I think as we go on through the year and we get more experience, hopefully we'll be able to mature a little bit more and be able to overcome those things.
Talking about one game at a time, a little bit at a time, as you continue to grow and develop, week to week, what little adjustments can you make with your team as you want to improve?
Yeah, there's little wrinkles that we want to make sure and do. And, especially offensively, we do run the ball so much, but, we're going to have to open it up a little bit, just keep the defense on their heels a little bit. And, especially with Carson Hayter back there, which he can run and pass, and does a great job. And then as well, defensively, we've just got to make sure the biggest thing is knowing our assignments, communicating. And then once we get to the point of attack and reading our keys, be physical and be able to tackle. And, one thing that we have done a little bit better the past few weeks has been able to create some turnovers, which that'll definitely help us as we go on and hopefully continue to do that.
Looking back and circling back to this Har-Ber game, what do you think it would mean to Springdale to win this game on Friday?
I think it'd be a huge confidence boost for us. We were able to get the win last year against Har-Ber at home, but obviously they're a totally different team this year. When you turn on the film, I have a lot of respect for Coach Dannenhauer and what he's done in his first year there. I think schematically they're better. I think they play extremely hard. They're going to be physical. But I think for us, it would be a huge confidence boost for us. And hopefully, especially because the next weeks we have, moving forward, not to look ahead, but, in the 7A West, we've got a pretty tough road, ahead of us. So this would be, a big one for us for sure.
That game again, Friday night at Springdale. And it's a game that we're going to talk about a little bit more, break it down in our preview on Friday in the podcast. Bray Cook always joining me on Friday night to break down these high school games. Coming up after the break, Bentonville Volleyball continuing to trend in the right direction as they search for a state title.
If you're an athlete that wants to improve your game, maybe improve your 40, jump higher, have better agility, Bridges Therapy Group's Sport Recovery and Development Program can help. They've been helping student athletes reach their highest potential for quite a while now. They've got a team that includes physical therapists, athletic trainers, personal trainers, and occupational therapists. And together, they design individual plans to build speed, explosive power, agility, strength, and endurance. Whether your athlete's returning from rehab or working for a competitive edge, SRD provides the training and guidance to help them succeed. Schedule your athlete's assessment today at srdathlete.com.
Quick Turf is the go-to team for building championship-level sports facilities for public schools, private schools, and the entire school district. They also install beautiful backyard putting greens for homeowners. Known for lifelike, eco-friendly turf, Quick Turf handles everything from design and lighting to drainage and final landscaping. Their all-in-one approach delivers high-performance surfaces for athletes and low-maintenance greens that last for years. With preventative maintenance programs, they keep every field and green looking game day ready. Schedule a free consultation today at quickturf.com. That's QIKturf.com.
The fall kickoff event is on now at Lewis Automotive Group. Unbeatable prices, special financing, and your next ride is ready for you at any of our locations in Fayetteville, Farmington, or Springdale. Don't forget about the Lewis Guarantee, home of double the factory warranty, only at Lewis Automotive Group.
Could a little extra support help your child shine even brighter? Bridges Therapy Group empowers kids to live their best life with expert pediatric therapy services tailored to their needs. Their team offers occupational therapy, speech therapy, and physical therapy, guiding families from the first evaluation to every milestone along the way. Give your children the tools to succeed and shine. Give your child the tools to succeed and shine. Visit btgpeds.com to learn more and schedule your appointment today. That's btgpeds.com.
Love where you live and play with Lindsay Management. Enjoy affordable apartments with community amenities like fitness centers and resort-style pools at select locations. Golf memberships are also available at beautiful 9 and 18-hole courses. Buying or selling a home, commercial, or investment property? Trust Lindsay and Associates, serving the community and bringing great neighbors together for over 50 years. Lindsay, #1 in apartments, golf, and real estate.
After losing in the state title match a season ago in Hot Springs, Bentonville Volleyball entered 2025 on a mission. It was get back to Hot Springs, but this time bring home a title, and they are definitely living up to those expectations that they have set for themselves so far this year. 11-0 in conference play and really playing solid volleyball right now with the postseason starting on October 28th. I was able to catch up with 2 of their senior leaders, and they emphasized just how much this team is playing for each other. A great start to the season for you guys, and really executing, performing at a really high level. Addie, I'll start with you. What do you think it's been that's made this team different?
Honestly, this year, I think we've been so team oriented. Like, I've never played on a team that's so like together. Like, you can feel and see the togetherness. Like, one thing that's changed, I think, for everybody is we're not afraid to hold each other accountable. Like, that's kind of been like one of the big things we've talked about, of like not being afraid to call each other out or like pick each other up and stuff, and just kind of like pushing each other to like the best we can be and holding each other at the highest standard. And I think that's kind of the culture that we've wanted to have over the past few years. And I think we've finally found that, and it's made such a difference.
Yeah, Kyla, when you look at how this season has gone, there have been matches where you guys haven't dropped a set. There have been some pretty big battles like the one against Fayetteville. For you guys to win in such different ways, what does that speak to how you guys are so united on the court?
I think one of the biggest things is we want to like win for each other. Like, it's not I want to win so I can like have that on mine, but it's like I want to play for the person next to me. So when we're in like a rut or we have to like find that grit to get out, it's like the fact that we're playing for someone that's not ourselves is the reason we're able to pull out of those games.
When you look ahead, a little bit more of the regular season left, and then it's the postseason, which of course you always want to end in Hot Springs. How excited are you guys to just get to that time of year, but also focusing one game at a time?
You know, I think like one game at a time. We've always kind of talked about that end state championship is our goal, but I think like the mindset of one game at a time and just respecting our opponents every game, like no matter who we're playing, it doesn't matter if like tomorrow's matchup or the semifinal matchup, like every game is a step towards that end goal. And I think that's been pushing us really hard, that we're just going to try to push to the end.
Kyla, do you feel like Bentonville's got maybe a little bit of a target on their back, just the way that the season has been going?
Yes, I think the more we win, the more people want to beat us, which is like any team that's going to win a lot, that's what's going to happen. But I think that we've been kind of stepping up to the pressure, and it's something that we've had to work through a little bit, but I think I can kind of see us in practice and in games start to kind of pull out on the other side. But it's definitely something we're having to work through, is like having the confidence that we like deserve that pressure, but also not getting comfortable with that pressure.
Yeah, and I think the adversity that we're facing some big adversity in the second half of the season, and I think that's bringing us closer as a team, and it's giving us different like ways to solve problems that's happening on the court, or just sort of just changes in like the momentum of the season. So
what would a state title mean to the two of you?
Probably everything. I think coming into freshman year, and we went 30-0 on our freshman team, and I think that was, we wanted to do something big, and I think we want to do something big this year, and I think playing for all these girls and just kind of setting a standard and proving that we can do it. Obviously falling short last year in the state final, I think that was pretty hard on all of us, and I think this is just our year to prove everybody wrong and that we can do something big.
Yeah, I also think to win a state championship, you obviously need the skill, but you also need that mental toughness and like just the team togetherness. And I think that would just mean a lot, because I think if we win, that will show how much we love each other also, because you can't win a state championship without that good team culture. And just like being able to see all my teammates with like the victory also would mean a lot to me, just to like see my teammates succeed also.
Yeah, and I think it's just like the success, I think we would earn it. Like I think the gratitude and just like the feeling of knowing that we earned that state championship with each other and for each other, I think that's the biggest thing.
They won their match on Monday against Shiloh Christian. Their next match this afternoon, Thursday, against Heritage. That is going to do it for Varsity Vibe today. Thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday. Again, subscribe to the newsletter at varsityvibearkansas.com if you haven't already. Subscribe to our podcast, to our YouTube channel, and follow along on social media. That's Instagram, X, TikTok. So much great content for you on those platforms to bring you the very best in high school athletics. A special shout out to our sponsors, Lewis Automotive, Lindsay, Bridges Therapy, Everett Chevrolet, and Quick Turf. I'll see you tomorrow.